sort of a unplanned video. I haven't mentioned it on my Twitter. I just sort of decided to do it just now because of jet lag. I recently came back from a trip to Japan. So I have a lot of cool things that I want to show you guys. Two of these items will actually be getting their own video in the future because I think they will make for great ASMR videos. But we'll get to those later. So I decided to make this video, like I said, because I'm super jet lagged. The current time is 12:57 a.m. and I'm wide awake. I left Japan at 9 p.m. on Friday, and I landed back in Hawaii at 9 a.m. on Friday. So I went back in time, and I had to live Friday twice. Needless to say, once I got home, I knocked out, and I was asleep until about 5 o'clock. So, yeah, I was still super tired after I woke up, but I guess now I sort of have my second wind, which is unfortunate because there goes my sleep schedule. Anyway, enough about that. I will go ahead and get started with the things I brought back from Japan. So, let's start with our first item. This is a pack of Mintia. I got this as a request from one of my friends. He said he really wanted some, and they're really cheap. Obviously, I got more than one, but I like this one because it's purple. Hopefully you guys can hear that. So that was just sort of like something you get in Japan. My other items are more, I guess, video game related. But first, I'll show you guys my leftover yen. So these are the yen that I have left over. Unfortunately, I don't have any bills or 100 yen coins. All I have are tens. I have 50s. And I have ones. The ones honestly feel like those play coins that you get when you're a kid to sort of learn how to count money. When I first got a one, I wasn't sure if it was real. It feels like very cheap. Oops. My bad. So, total I have here 50, 100, 110, 140, 150, 160, 170, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 174 yen. Believe it or not, it's really not a whole lot. It's about $1.74 in American currency. But this can still get you maybe like a drink or a snack in Japan. So, my next item was actually a bit of a commemorative item that I picked up from the Pokemon Center. It's a Pikachu drinking green tea from a Pokeball cup. And he's sitting on this nice, soft pillow. As you can see, it has a cute little tag with some artwork on it. And on the back, some Japanese that I can't read. I really like this. There were a lot of cool things at the Pokemon Center, but I decided to go with this because, it's very commemorative. You know, it's special, I guess, and it'll definitely remind me of my trip to Japan for years to come. On to our next item. These are acrylic figures for the game Fire Emblem Heroes. I had always seen these on Twitter, because I follow a lot of Fire Emblem Hero accounts on Twitter. And to be quite honest, I was never that hooked. But just actually seeing them in the store was just super cool. So I picked up 2 of them. They're very cheap. They were 378 yen. So that's about $3.78 ish. So despite having Hector on the front of this one, it is a bit like Fire Emblem in that you don't really know who you're gonna get. On the side here, if it'll focus. I don't think it will, but it has Frederick, Ophelia, Nina, Christmas Tharja. There's like a shaded one that you can't see, but it's definitely the summoner. On the other side, Hector, Hector, Lind, Levin, Sylvia, and Jafar. So, this is the box. It's empty, but I got 2 from this series. This is series 10. And here, I hope that wasn't too loud. And here is the actual figures. computers that I got. Here's Frederick. So as you can see, they're very, very tiny. But they definitely carry out kind of well. I'm sorry, the computer's freezing. It's working really hard apparently. I've never heard the fan go so much. But the computer's not hot at all, so I'm confused. So that's one. I got Frederick. Neat. And for my second one, I got Jafar. One of the four members, or I'm sorry, one of the four fangs. My favorite of the four fangs is definitely Ursula, but I really like Jafar too. Really cool. Before I show you my next item, I'm going to drink some water because I actually am thirsty, not because it's an ASMR cliche. Gotta keep those vocal cords nice and wet. Okay, moving on. I already put these next two items on my keys, but I will go ahead and show you. Oh, I just found another yen, another 10. So I guess I have 184. Big deal. Here are my keys. Here's one of the items that I got from Japan. It is an acrylic keychain of Tharja from Fire Emblem Awakening. As far as acrylic keychains, they really only had characters from Fire Emblem Awakening and a couple of characters from Fire Emblem Fates. But they didn't have Camilla. I would have gotten Camilla if they had her, but they didn't. So I grabbed Tharja, another one of my favorite characters. And the other keychain I got was at a shop in the hotel I was staying at. It is a katana. But the cool thing about this is that you can actually take it out of the scabbard. It's super nice, or at least I think it is. There's some engraving on the blade. And even the scabbard itself looks super nice. Super glad I got those keychains because my car key Maybe I'll show you guys the rest of my keychains some other time. But most of the things on my keys aren't things that I bought for myself. They were gifts from friends. But those two items that I got from Japan are the only two things that I got for myself, for my own keys. Okay. Here is another item that I got. A Zero Suit Samus amiibo. This is actually from Smash 4, not Smash Ultimate. But the reason I got this was because one, it's one of the few Smash 4 amiibos I don't already own. Two, I have not seen one of these in a few years. And three, it was only 600 yen, which is like $6, which for an amiibo is about half price. And that's kind of ridiculous. A super rare amiibo for half price. Insane. I got this amiibo from a place called Yodobashi Akiba. It was an electronics store with 9 floors. I think it's 9 floors. It was absolutely insane. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. It put Best Buy to shame. Truly. And there was an entire floor of video game themed items. And this Zero Suit Samus comes from a wall of amiibos. Both from Smash 4 and from Smash Ultimate. Amiibos that I had not seen in years. And some amiibos that I had not seen ever in person. So that was really spectacular. I'm really glad that I picked up this amiibo. I myself don't play Zero Suit Samus very often. She's a very difficult, I won't say difficult, she's a very technical character. And despite me liking more technical characters and technical playstyles, Zero Suit is just one character that I've never really been able to pick up as well as others. But maybe now I'll try a little bit harder. So, the back is in Japanese. Oh, is it? No, it isn't. Most of it is in English. Interesting. The box got kind of messed up here. You can't really see it. So, unlike my King K. Rool and my Ridley amiibos, she will probably be coming out of the box. Which is too bad, but it would have been really hard to get it overseas without messing up the box. So I'm not too bummed. Okay, so one of the main franchises that I wanted merchandise for when I went to Japan was for Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is a game that I've first I didn't really dig it, but after I pushed through the beginning, Dragon Quest became one of my all-time favorite series. For those who don't know, it's very, very popular in Japan, but not so popular here in the States, or even here in Hawaii. But in Japan, I found a Square Enix cafe with tons of Dragon Quest stuff. Well, I guess it was a little bit more Kingdom Hearts now, because Kingdom Hearts just released. But there was still a lot of Dragon Quest stuff, and there was a lot of Dragon Quest merchandise inside Yodobashi Akiba. I also found a bar. It was a Dragon Quest themed bar. I wish I could have gone in and maybe had a drink, but I did not have time. I hadn't discovered it until my last day in Japan, so I didn't really have time, unfortunately, but maybe next time. So the next 7 items are gonna be from Dragon Quest, and 2 of these items, like I said in the beginning, will be getting their own video. So, we'll start with the smaller items first. So these I got from those dispenser machines that you often see in malls and marketplaces. In the States, those machines usually have things like gumballs or candy, and very rarely they have maybe little toys. In Japan, I don't think I saw any that had candy in them. They all had toys, but they were of a higher quality. So here, they were of a higher quality, but they were more expensive. 3 of these were 400 yen, and 1 was 300 yen. So, but let me show you. So here is a crystal slime. It's just a regular slime, but it's light flows through it. So the slime is kind of the mascot of Dragon Quest. They're adorable little enemies that you fight in the very beginning. Not threatening, and in a lot of cases, slimes end up being friendly. I mean, look at that. How could you walk outside your door and just kill this guy? So that was one. That was the first one that I got. And inside there is a little I guess booklet of all the other figures you could get from that certain dispenser. They're all crystal. By crystal, I mean translucent. And then a lot of Japanese that I can't read. Here is the second toy that I pulled that was Dragon Quest related. So this is more of a rubbery stress ball kind of slime. As you can see, you can squeeze him in. He's an orange slime. If I'm not mistaken, I said he. If I'm not mistaken, orange slimes are female. This one was 300 yen because it's not this solid, translucent kind of plastic. This one, like I said, is rubber, and it definitely feels a little bit cheaper, but I like it nonetheless. So that's 2 slimes. And then there's a different booklet that came with it. These are all the color slimes that you can get. I would have liked the purple one because purple is my favorite color. And I would have liked the metal slime because I always assume it's the most rare. In the Dragon Quest games, metal slimes are extremely rare and they give you a lot of XP. But my brother ended up getting a metal slime and he has not stopped rubbing it in my face, even though he doesn't play Dragon Quest and he's not a fan. He just wanted to try it, and sure enough, Lady Luck spat in my face. But it's okay. Here is another crystal figurine that I got. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the final boss of the second Dragon Quest. I don't remember his name at the moment. Probably because he's one of the few Dragon Quest final bosses that I have not beaten. But he still looks really cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You didn't see that. Yeah, he's tiny, but he looks evil enough. And my last dispensed toy is possibly one of my favorites. one of my favorites because this one came with two. It came with a crystal orange slime, which is smaller than the crystal blue slime, as you can see. But it also came with a shell slime. The green part of the shell slime is crystal, but the shell is solid. So it made me happy that for the cost of 11 yen, that's 4 slimes and one final boss that I got. So I really, really like these. I wish I could have gotten more, but my other purchases were a bit more needing of currency. I was mostly able to get these because when I used my bills, they would give me change, and I used that change to get these. I didn't sort of go out of my way to find these, or to buy these, rather. So, I really like these. Okay, I have about 3 more items left. Before I wrap it up, I will just go ahead and show these next 2 items kind of briefly because I want to save them for their upcoming videos. This is a nanoblock set for the hero from Dragon Quest III. It's 210 pieces. I've never purchased these nanoblocks. I see them a lot in stores, but they just always sort of seemed like knockoff Legos to me. But because this one is Dragon Quest related, I just couldn't resist. So I did go ahead and buy one. They had a couple at the electronics store. But I went ahead and chose this one because first of all, it was one of the cheaper ones, and I was running out of money. And second of all, Erdrick for Smash Bros. This is Erdrick. It's not likely, but I still have hope. So yeah, I will be making a small video of me building this, as well as answering any questions you guys have left in my comments. Probably discussing a bit more about Dragon Quest. But, oh my gosh. That is all I will show for now. Okay. is a King Slime hat. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, I'll put my Twitter in the description in case you don't. This is the hat that I wear in my profile picture. When I first got to the electronics store, this was the first Dragon Quest related item I saw. And when I saw it, I immediately put it on. Afterwards, I took a selfie. And the reason I bought this hat is because when I put it on and took the selfie, the smile that I made for that selfie was a genuine smile. It wasn't, I didn't have to think about it. It just happened. And so this hat made me really happy. And there's actually a pretty funny story. Like, I don't know if it's funny, but there's a story behind me buying this hat. This hat was about 2,240 yen. Or was it 2,400? I don't remember. But that's about $20-something. And this was around when I was running out of money. So, I had made the call to go ahead and not buy the hat. Despite how happy it made me when I first saw it, I just sort of brushed it off as maybe an impulse thing. And after I bought my other items, I left the store, and my mother had asked me if I had bought the hat. And I explained to her that I did not, because I just sort of felt like maybe not. It was too expensive, even though I really liked it. And she told me, you should have just bought it anyway, if it made you happy. Unfortunately, that was after we had left the store, and I didn't want to have to ask my family to go all the way back there to buy it. So I kind of just had to hold that for a little bit. But 2 days later, I'm sorry, not 2 days, 1 day later. Or was it? No, I'm sorry, it was 2 days later. We were walking nearby, about to go back to the hotel for the night. But, I had just went ahead and asked if maybe we could stop by the store, because it had bothered me the entire time. Like, not largely bothered me, but it bothered me enough that I didn't buy this hat. So my family was very understanding. We went back to the store. It was on the way back to the hotel, so it wasn't really out of the way. And I bought the hat. Thankfully, it was still there. It was the only one when I saw it the first time, and it was still there. So I went ahead and bought the hat. And then my mother told me that the next time if I do see something like this again, like a hat or a nice shirt or something that I really want, that I should just get it. And she told me that that was advice that my late grandmother told her. Her mother-in-law. That if you see something that makes you happy, you should just get it. Anyway, I won't talk too much about why that saying is kind of important to me, but I'm really glad that I bought this hat. It does make me happy. I'd show you guys what I look like wearing it, but you'll just have to go to my Twitter for that. And it was actually my first purchase in Japan that I made with yen. This is a illustration book of Akira Toriyama's Dragon Quest illustrations. I had seen this book before in another video. It released for the 30th anniversary of Dragon Quest, which was, I don't remember. It was very recent though. So this book may not look that big on the camera, but it's quite hefty. And you guys might not know, but Akira Toriyama is the same illustrator for Dragon Ball. So that's why these Dragon Quest characters look very similar to the Dragon Ball style. It's because it's the same artist. If I'm not mistaken, he did do Dragon Ball first, and then was hired to do Dragon Quest. I can't wait to open this book and look through it, but I want it to be a surprise. So, in a future video, we'll look through it together. I think this will be the first in another series that I'll do, because I have other books that you guys might like. Before I do this one though, I will be getting a webcam, or I will be trying to get a webcam so that I can have maybe a more optimal setup. Right now, it's kind of amateur hour with my production. I don't pay too much attention to the sound. My computer's not very good. I don't have a webcam, so I use the computers. But I will be trying to make this channel better, production-wise. So in the future, look out for some videos I'll be putting out. I will probably be doing the Erdrick. I'll probably be doing this one first. And then I had a recommendation from one of the viewers of my Fire Emblem ASMR Barracks tour, who asked if maybe I could give my opinions on some of the free heroes that you can purchase with Heroic Grails, which is one of the in-game currencies. One of the free in-game currencies. And I thought I'd expand on that and maybe just go and maybe just talk about what I think about a lot of aspects of Fire Emblem Heroes in general. I do have a lot to say about the game and its mechanics and where it's going. So I'll go ahead and make that video soon. I might actually do that one first before I do this one. But the book one will probably be last, mostly because, like I said, I need to buy a webcam. But school for me is about to start up again, and it's gonna get hectic. It is the last few weeks of my sorry. Yeah, so things will get crazy, but I do want to put out some more videos before I graduate, and then afterwards, I will probably have a lot more time to dedicate to this channel, and maybe even to my gaming channel, hopefully. If we're being honest, I do have more fun with the ASMR though. So that's what I got from Japan. This isn't everything. I did get a lot of other cool souvenirs. But, I got those mostly, for my friends. So I don't want to spoil what I got them in case they watch this video before I do. Or, in case they watch this video before I give them the souvenirs. Because if I show the souvenirs, it's pretty obvious who's gonna get what. So, that's my haul from Japan. I hope that you guys liked it. It was a super fun trip. I'd love to talk about it more, maybe in a future video, when I'm building this. But that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoy this. Leave a like and subscribe. And remember, you guys can always talk to me in the comments. Or follow me on Twitter and talk to me there. Okay. Thank you guys for watching.